Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. For those who have been here before, welcome back. In this video, we're just going to take a look at how my third week of the Magical Readathon went. Hello, everyone. It is Saturday morning, just before 11 o'clock. I don't normally have this urge on a Saturday morning, but I had the urge this morning to do a full face of makeup. Normally Saturday is like pajamas all day long. So I'm gonna put on some makeup and then go from there. So I'll check in soon. So now that I've got that all done, my plan this morning is to listen to Book of Life. I have 2 chapters because listening to the Fiery Cross last week kind of kept me from opening that one. I don't do well if I have 2 audiobooks going at the same time. I get the events mixed up, which this is 2 series I've already read, but that's okay. I also didn't want to stop the Fiery Cross. So I'm going to listen to Book of Life and then get started on my next read. I haven't quite decided what mood I'm in yet. I have a lot of contemporary romances. I have some thrillers. Yeah, a lot of contemporary romances for this week, or for the rest of the month, which are fun. They're light, they're easy. We'll see if I get bored, though. Hopefully not. I have enough other books to sprinkle in to keep it from just being romance. So I'm gonna get started and I will check in later. Hello, everyone. So I've read the first 3 chapters of Emily Griffin's Something Borrowed. This one is following a girl. Her name's Rachel. Rachel has been best friends with Darcy since elementary school. And Darcy has it all. She's got all the luck. The boys all like her. She's perfect. Whereas Rachel has been kind of the tag-along, but she's also the good girl. And we're at the point, Rachel has just turned 30. Darcy throws a big party for her. And actually, they set it up so that the party starts when she's 29 and goes into her, past midnight to when she turns 30. Well, Darcy gets super, super drunk and her fiance takes her home, but then has to come back. And Rachel and Dex, the fiance, end up in bed together. So now Rachel is having to navigate moving forward. And so there's a lot going on here. And currently, I feel like this whole setup has been Rachel excusing her bad choices. She brings up how Darcy dated the guy she had a crush on in high school, or in 5th grade. All of the 5th graders had a crush on this one guy, and Rachel had a crush on a different guy. And from there, Darcy then decides she likes this guy. And we kind of have a repeat there with Dex. But like, so far, these first few chapters have really just been Rachel excusing her choices. So I'm going to keep reading and see how I feel later on. Like I said, I'm about 10% through the book. But I am not liking Rachel at all right now. So we'll see how this goes. I'll check in later. Hello everyone. So it is 2 o'clock. I haven't really read too much more. Because I was getting really sleepy. So I decided I'm gonna run to Starbucks. I'm actually sitting in the car. It's 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is around 23 degrees Celsius. I may be wrong. I have my phone. I can check it. But it's hot. I was getting sleepy. And I have no coffee grounds in my house. So I'm sorry. 95 degrees Fahrenheit is 35 degrees Celsius. So, it's warm. But I decided I wanted a coffee. I don't know what I'm gonna get yet. And then I have to run to Taco Bell. So while my car cools down, figured I would update. So I'm gonna run, do these 2 things, and hopefully come back and get some reading done before it's time to go to the barn to feed. I'll check in soon. Yummy. So like I said, I got the mocha cookie crumble frap. It's really, really good. I usually don't get the fraps because they're a lot of just empty calories, and they have other options like the mango dragon fruit frozen lemonade, which is like 1/3 of the calories for an even bigger size than this, which I would much rather, and it's got fruit in it. This is just coffee, milk, and sugar, lots and lots of sugar, and I assume it's coffee. Normally the mocha is, I don't know, if it doesn't have coffee, it has enough sugar in it though to wake me up. But right now I'm at Taco Bell. I'm getting my husband some tacos, and I'm getting me a quesadilla. And then I'm gonna head home and get some more reading done. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. This is really good, don't get me wrong. but a little bit will do you sometimes. But it's really hot, and I thought it would be a good choice just because of how hot it is. And I don't usually splurge like this as far as drinks go. But I'm looking at my thing, and it now says 97, and it's only 240. So it's really, really hot. I don't know if 2 degrees puts it up any in Celsius. 2 degrees Fahrenheit puts it up any in Celsius. I don't think so. But it's stinking hot. So I'm gonna try to stop complaining now. But I'm gonna get some food and then head home and go from there. Hello everyone, so we are at the barn, and I am now at 25%, or just over 25% in Something Borrowed. I am struggling. I enjoy Emily Griffin's writing. I have read one other of her books, but not any of the ones listed there. Let me see which one I've read. I have read one of her books, and I liked her writing. Okay, I've read All We Ever Wanted, which was a contemporary. This one, I don't know. I'm struggling with the main character, because throughout the whole time she is doing, this is wrong, I shouldn't be doing this to Darcy, yada yada yada, but is continuing to do it, and not, she's willfully doing it. It's one, you know, I'm where, at the end of chapter 7, right, yeah, end of chapter 7, there comes a point where she makes a decision, and she's like, this is different from her birthday night, because that was, you know, they were intoxicated, they weren't thinking clearly, and now here she is, not intoxicated, premeditated decisions, and knows it's wrong, but continues to do it. And that's the part I'm struggling a little bit with. I understand things happen. I don't agree with it. And I guess this is just the difference between me and and Rachel in the book, at least. I don't want to say a lot of people, but between me and Rachel, is I try very hard to not put myself in positions where I'm going to be in this thought process of, I know it's wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, and that's where I'm at with this one. I'm getting texts. I don't mind the book. The writing is really well. I just don't care for the main character. Not enough to stop reading it. Excuse me. But I don't understand where she's coming from, is I guess where I'm at with this one. I think she could make a lot of different choices, and instead she's continuing on with the choices she is making. But yeah, so I am at my 25% mark. For most books at this time, I've chosen whether I'm going to keep reading or DNF it. I'm going to keep reading this one. If it's still very much like this and I'm not enjoying the writing anymore, then I will probably DNF it by halfway. If I get to 75%, I'm just gonna finish it. But if I get to halfway and I'm finding I'm not enjoying it, then I will put it down. For now, I'm gonna keep going. And I looked up the motion picture that it is and reserved it from my library. No one has it streaming right now for free, or well, for the subscriptions that I have. And so I will watch the movie if I finish the book, because it'll be an interesting comparison. And so I am going to keep going, but it's time to go home now. And we're gonna have dinner. But one of the things I'm struggling with this book and the movie is one of my favorite actresses plays Rachel. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about this, but I will cross that bridge when I get there. Alright everyone, so here is my bullet journal for the week set up. It is going to be really hot this week, so I thought the little suns along with the sunglasses and the popsicles would be a great choice. But very easy, very simple. Probably took me less than 30 minutes to do everything. I do have a few things I need to write down that are going on this week, but other than that, we are all set. Hello everyone. So it is Sunday afternoon. I went to church this morning and immediately came home and changed clothes because it is hot. My phone app says it's 95 degrees, but feels like 111. And then my watch, which is stuck in Celsius, says it's 34 degrees. I don't have a feels like on this one. It just says 34 degrees Celsius. So it is hot. It is very hot. So my plan for the next 2 hours or so are to continue reading Something Borrowed. I am nearly halfway. I am enjoying the writing. I am still struggling with Rachel's character. I just don't like the excuses she makes. And truthfully, I don't like two of her friends. Two of her friends are very much encouraging her to continue this chasing these feelings of her best friend's fiance. So yeah, that's, I don't know, it really makes me feel icky. But I'm really hoping that it redeems itself. If not in the book, in the movie. Because I really, really like Ginnifer Goodwin, and she is who plays Rachel. I loved her in Once Upon a Time as Snow White. And so I really want to like her character in this one. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to keep reading, and I'm just hoping that things come out all right on the other end, because my feelings toward this are very much, this is going to blow up, and this is going to be really, really ugly. So we will see, and I'll check back in soon. Hello everyone. So it is Sunday night. I'm actually at my daughter's youth group waiting for her to come out. I have 10 pages left of Something Borrowed, and I'm at that point where things are starting to wrap up. This book is not my favorite, by Emily Giffin. Emily Giffin. I really liked her other book, Sparks. Oh my goodness, why can I not remember that one? This one was written beforehand, so I can't just go that way. Some of the things that I really struggle with this one is, It's All We Ever Wanted was her other one. One of the things I'm struggling with on this one is that Rachel doesn't really take responsibility for her actions, but yet that's what she complains about with Darcy. She kind of just expects everything to go the way that she wants it to go, and poo-poo on everything else. I'm going to finish these last 10 pages. I don't know that I'm going to talk anymore about this book. Other than, unless something massive happens in these last 10 pages, I probably will give this book a 3-star. The writing is amazing. Emily Giffin does a great job with writing and everything. I don't like how the characters act, and taking that enjoyment into account really dropped it for me. Yeah, it felt very hypocritical on Rachel's part in several spaces, and truthfully, I kind of want to read the next book to see if this cycle continues, because I always have looked at it, if he's gonna cheat on her for you, what makes you think he's not gonna cheat on you with someone else? But that's just my opinion. So, great writing. If the premise sounds interesting to you, go for it. I wasn't expecting it to get to the point that it did. But, you know, I say that, and it does give me my best friend's wedding vibes. To a certain degree. So, there is that. And we'll see if my feelings change when I watch the movie. Hello, everyone. So, I have finished Something Borrowed. My feelings really haven't changed too much. It wraps up with a cute little bow, and things continue on from there. There is a second book in this from Darcy's point of view called Something Blue. Will I read it? I don't know. We'll just have to see how I feel later. The next book I'm going to read is You Wouldn't Dare. This one, the cover says, summer is about being late to everything, even love. And I figure this is a great one with this. We started school started slowly starting school last week. We're kicking it up a notch, so this is kind of like our end of summer hurrah, and so this will be great for that. Tomorrow it's supposed to feel like 111. I am not looking forward to that. But the bonus is that the camp stuff, my daughter has horse day camp that she is helping out with. The instructor has 3 littles who it's their first time with horses. So it should be a great time, and my daughter is geared up, ready to help. She'll probably lead Honey around a lot with littles on Honey's back. But I'm going to go ahead and start You Wouldn't Dare. This one is a contemporary, a YA contemporary, maybe a contemporary romance. I'll have to see. For my genre blanket with Something Borrowed, I'm gonna list that one more as contemporary rather than romance. It very much is a closed door romance, so it could have gone a light purple. Truthfully, I should go with it being a romance. Just because I didn't care for it, the romance doesn't make it not a romance, being the main part of it. So I will classify it as an adult closed door romance, and so it'll just be that light purple instead of the dark purple color I have, just signifying that the book wasn't written for those sexual scenes. But You Wouldn't Dare is YA. We have our main character, Juniper. She kissed Graham for the first time the previous summer, and it kind of ends up backfiring on her, and she has spent the year trying to bring their relationship back to normal. And then now that it's summer again, her mom has announced they're moving in with mom's boyfriend and his teenage daughter, Tallulah. So it's kind of her journey dealing with the teenage feelings of romance gone wrong, and blended family, and the drama that can come with that. So I'm gonna get started. This one is a newer one. It was published in 2023, so I haven't heard a lot about this one, so we'll see how it goes. Good morning, everyone. It is 6:30 on Monday morning. I feel a little crazy that I am up this early, but I am, and here we are. So today my daughter has a horse camp she's helping out with, and I am out of coffee. So I am headed to the to our little Charleston coffee exchange this morning to go get some coffee. Otherwise I am not gonna survive the day. But it is really early and it was still dark out when I got up, and I don't like that, but it is what it is. The things we do for our kids, right? So my plan today, I'm just watching the lights at the same time, so that I'm here at just the red light. Today my plan is to go get coffee, then go home, make breakfast and lunch for us, and then head off to the barn. We'll be there from 9 to 1. Will I do any schoolwork? I don't know. Will I do any reading? I don't know. It kind of depends on the kids who are there and how the parents act. So we'll see. We're gonna go with it. I have bug bites all over. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, I am, that's all I have. So I will check in a little while. Hello everyone, so I've got my cup of coffee pre-made, and I bought a pound of the Rainbow Row. It's cinnamon, vanilla, hazelnut, and almond. And I can't remember which flavor I got for my other coffee. I am finding, or I have found, that I don't like plain coffee. I like all the flavors in it. And this is, like, today's coffee is just coffee and a little bit of half and half. Just enough to make it creamy. In color. I don't have to have the flavored creamers or any of that if I have flavored coffee. But if I have plain coffee, it's too easy for it to taste burnt for me. But I am gonna head home, make breakfast and make lunch, and then head to the barn. So I will check in soon.
Alright. Okay, everybody.
Hi, Rhodey.
Alright, so who gets fed first? Remy, who gets fed first? Why do you think Snuff gets fed first? Because she's angry.
Wait, I'm feeding the boy one.
You're going to feed Rhodey?
Yep.
Alright, so who's going to help feed Snuff?
Who wants to feed Snuff?
So somebody grab Snuff, and then can somebody else grab Flies? Can somebody else grab Flies food? Alright, do it up, later.
Get it right there.
And then go stand right next to Remy. bears at the farm right
The
here.
big brown one right there.
So you can grab his. Right here.
Grab that. Grab the handle. Right here. Okay. Alright, so come here.
Let's go slide. We're gonna slide it under the fence for him. Right here. See, he's standing where he gets his breakfast.
Alright, so here.
And then who's gonna do honey? George and Slater, can you guys do honey? Can you give Honey her breakfast?
There you go. Which one is honey?
This
Honey's
one.
over here. Uh-oh, Honey took off her fun hat last night. Oh, somebody took it off.
Oh no, somebody took it off.
So bring Honey her breakfast right here. Come on, Honey. Good job. There you go.
They lick it up with their cute little mouths.
Just a little bit. It's still going, right? Or is it
Alright, horses, please.
All right, now anybody who wants to help me fluff some hay can come with me into the field. Okay. You ready? Hold on. Do we throw the stick for Kaya? And she thought she would. Absolutely not. Good. So you're gonna go not right behind Honey, right? You're gonna go like this, and then walk straight.
Riley.
Can you grab
One
the
at a
wheelbarrow?
time, and don't run.
Grab the wheelbarrow. Straight and left. You're all right. Go ahead. Keep going, Edie.
Hey, Jasper, we should probably go in the field and keep it down with the kids and just make sure they're safe, and I won't be in there. Go right here.
You wanna grab? Sure.
You're fine? Come on in. Did you guys share? Did you guys share? Hello everyone. So it is Monday night. We survived the barn and the 110 degree Fahrenheit, which is I think 36 degrees Celsius. It was hot. It was kind of miserable. I actually went and hung out at the library for a couple hours because it was so stinking hot. But while at the library, I grabbed Something Borrowed, and I have it on my TV now. I've kind of lightly rearranged the living room so I can see better and enjoy it. But I'm going to turn off some of these lights, and I am going to watch this movie. I was going to pop popcorn and do the whole 9 yards, but I don't really want popcorn tonight, which is kind of odd. Normally whenever I start a movie, I want popcorn. But my husband did get me a White Claw watermelon seltzer. He went to get me a dragon fruit wine, but they were out. So I have some watermelon seltzer. It's like 2 calories. Or I'm sorry, it's 100 calories total. 2 grams of sugar for the whole can. So it's a better choice than some of the other stuff I have. So I'm gonna start this movie and hope that it is better than the book was. So I'll check in later. Hey everyone, so I have finished Something Borrowed, the movie. My opinions about the characters didn't really change. In the movie, they did make Rachel more lovable. And kind of want to put you on her side, which is fine. I mean, it is a movie. Casting was spectacular. It was I went blank on her name. So Jennifer Goodwin is, and I drop it. Jennifer Goodwin is Rachel, and Darcy, I had it up just a minute ago. I can't believe I've gone blank on her name, because I love her in 10 Things I Hate About You. Kate Hudson is Darcy, and I think that was great casting, because you have two very different personalities in these two women, and it was chef's kiss as far as casting those two. But I don't like either woman in this movie. Like, I like the actresses, but I don't like their characters. My favorite character was Ethan. Oh my gosh. So for Ethan, they took from the book the character Ethan, Alan, and Hillary, and kind of combined them all three into one. And it was amazing. Yeah, my favorite character, hands down, was Ethan for the movie. I still feel that there's a lot of excuse making on everyone's parts. And I haven't read Something Blue, but I love the way that Something Borrowed the movie ends. It may happen, the way that it ends may happen in Something Blue. But it really kind of ends on that hopeful note. So, good movie. I like the movie a lot better than the book, which doesn't happen often, but in this case it did. But now it is 11:40 and time for bed. Even this one says it's time for bed. So I am going to head to bed, and I will check in tomorrow. Hello everyone. It has been a really weird Tuesday. I have gotten my shots. I actually ended up really tired after my shots this time. Like, I took a nap. And didn't hear my phone ring or anything. Tonight I was a little adventurous, and I did ramen with fixings. I had some steak that I marinated in this really awesome citrus soy sauce. And it really changed the flavor of it. So when I did my ramen, I actually used that marinade from the steaks, put it in a skillet, boiled it a little, boiled it to kill off any bacteria that might have grown in the 45 minutes that it soaked. And then poured that over my ramen instead of using the season pack. Oh my gosh, it was so good. But you guys don't really care too much about my dinner. I am still reading You Wouldn't Dare. I am about halfway. I really struggled with the first part of this book. It seemed very... First off, it is a YA contemporary about high schoolers. And it was very high school-y beginning. Things are getting better now that we're kind of seeing the friendships continue on, or continue building. It's 4 friends who have been friends for a long time, and then now the mom's boyfriend's daughter is kind of being thrown into the mix. And so we have, it's not Rachel. Is it Rachel? No. Juniper. Juniper, has been an only child. Tallulah's an only child. And their parents are dating each other. So Tallulah's dad and Juniper's mom. And so there were parts in there that I was just going, dude, this would be solved with a conversation. Pull up, your big girl panties and go talk to so-and-so. But things are better now. I'm starting to enjoy it a lot more. I have sprints on right now with books with Lexi. And so I'm gonna keep reading now that my kitchen is clean. And hopefully get this book done tonight. I'm kind of put myself on a quote-unquote deadline. We are halfway through the month. This is my 6th book for the month, so that puts me halfway through. But I still have 6 more books I need to read. So I've got to get a crack on it. So I should be finishing a book every 2 days for the rest of the month. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I will check in a little while. Hello everyone. So it is just after midnight. I did finish You Wouldn't Dare. Oh, goodness gracious. I liked the last third of the book so much better than I liked the first 2/3. The first 2/3 had a lot of that high school drama, which just isn't for me anymore. I am enjoying more of the adult novels that I've been reading. But I made it through this one. Like I said, it's not bad. It's well written. It's just if you don't like the high school drama, the cliquish type plot, tropes, I guess is the right word, then you may want to steer clear if you don't like those. But I really enjoyed those. Tonight I think I'm going, well, when I go to bed, one of my prompts is to start a book before bed. And so I think I am going to start Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. The live sprints for starting this book happened tonight on Books with Lexi's channel. And instead I was reading You Wouldn't Dare. I was not the only one not reading the book. in those sprints. So, but I have Dead of Winter on my phone. I only have access to it through Scribd. Not Scribd. Yeah, Scribd. So I can't read it on my... So I can't read it on my Paperwhite. But that is fine. This is a horror/thriller. From what I understand, a group goes camping. Or goes to this retreat thing, and one of them disappears, and then they find him the next. They find him, or pieces of him. I'm not really sure. But he goes missing, and they go to find him. So I will probably just read 1 or 2 chapters because it is 12:15. I am tired. But if all goes well, I'll have a little bit of a start for tomorrow. We don't have a lot going on tomorrow, so it should be a day I can get some decent reading done. But I will check in tomorrow. Night, y'all. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday morning. We're actually getting ready to go to my daughter's junior theater party. They're going to reveal what the play is going to be for this year. And I am going to use this time to make copies. I've got a lot of copies to make. So, as far as the reading, because I did not update yesterday, I was working on getting my vlog posted and left my camera sitting next to the computer. Joys. Anyway, I am 43% into Dead of Winter. This is... If you like the 1x1 trope, this is great for that. So it starts off with a group of people going up to the mountains, and our main character and her boyfriend go off from the group for a minute, and they're looking for a certain place that the boyfriend knows about. The girlfriend does not. Our main character does not. Well, in the process of all of this, a blizzard blows in, and the couple gets separated from the rest of the group. Well, eventually, through events, the couple end up separated from each other, and our main character manages to find this cabin, and it just so happens that the group that they were with is there. But she has lost her boyfriend in the woods. And so she kind of tries to convince them to go look for him. And they do not find him. The blizzard is making things really, really hard. But that's all I'm going to tell you about the plot. I know I wasn't very clear in my original synopsis because I wasn't really sure. I do like to go into most thrillers in blind, and I thought that this was more of a thriller, and it is not. It is full-on horror. It's a lot of fun. That's the wrong word. It's very enjoyable as the reader to read this book because you know you are safe in your chair or wherever you are at. So I am enjoying it, and I'm going to keep reading today. I just don't know exactly when that reading's going to be done. I am struggling a little bit because I'm having to read it on my phone, and so it's very easy for me to get distracted and play on my phone instead of read, or check Facebook instead of read. So I'm gonna have to figure something out today, especially if I have to read any of the other books through Scribd. I might have to set up my husband's tablet that has Scribd on it, because then it's not connected to any of my stuff, and so I keep out of trouble. But we're gonna go finish getting ready, and I will check in later. Good morning, everyone. It is really early. It's like 7 a.m. I've got my coffee though. I might have stayed up until 11:30 last night, knowing that I had an early morning this morning. But I might have stayed up to finish Darcy Coates. It was a ride. I was not fully expecting all that happened. Again, partially my own fault. I did not look at the story graph information well enough. I, for some reason, thought it was a thriller. It is not. It was horror. But I can handle this horror. It's more on the edge of what I'm comfortable with. Sorry, guys. It's more on the edge of what I'm comfortable with. But I mostly went into this book blind. And that's okay. I enjoyed it. Darcy Coates is a fantastic writer. I definitely know why my sister does a lot of hers. She's always kind of guided me more toward the ghosty tales, or she's only read the ghosty tales maybe. But I've read 2 now that my sister has it. The first one is kind of apocalyptic, end of the world trope. This one's a 1-by-1 trope, and it was amazing. All the twists and turns in it were quite interesting. And at the end, you're like, well, duh. But at the same time, the way Coates sets it up, you aren't expecting it. But yeah, I had a great time. Next up, I'm not 100% sure. I am debating between going ahead and starting the YA thriller, You're So Dead. Sorry guys, I'm really tired. I'm thinking of doing You're So Dead for just to get that thriller out of the way. And out of the way is the wrong word. To kind of pair it with the horror. Which could backfire. This one I believe is also going. This one I also believe is going to be a 1x1. Oh, goodness gracious. I am so yawny this morning. I'm trying to pull up my story graph. So Dead. It is a thriller, young adult. It's a comedy too. A hilarious Agatha Christie inspired YA thriller comedy about 3 best friends. Yeah, it sounds like a 1x1. The killer is in their midst. I mean, I guess technically I kept comparing Dead of Winter to And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. So maybe I do go this way. I don't know. I'm rambling. So we're gonna go with You're So Dead next. And that leaves one physical book and a bunch of ebooks. But I think everything else is available on my Libby app or on KU. So that will help me a lot. As long as I read on my Kindle, I do better. But I'm going to stop rambling now. And I am going to finish getting ready. We have the barn today. And my husband is going to get his head waxed. And then we have to go back out and pick up the kiddo from the barn. It's going to be a little of a shuffle. Things are going to be close, but we're going to go with it. And I will check in later. Hello, everyone. So I am still reading You're So Dead by Anne Parsons. I'm sorry. This is a book that basically a group of Instagram influencers have been given a invite to this festival. And it turns out it's not what they were expecting it to be. I am over halfway through, and I'm not minding it. Yeah, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. It's definite YA though, and it's definitely written somewhat recently. I don't stay up to date. 2021. I don't stay as up to date with the slang, and so there were parts that I'm like, I have no clue what you just said, kid. So there's some of that. Sorry. Overall, though, I'm having a good time. It definitely is very reminiscent of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, even to the point where the characters in the book mention it. So I'm going to get back to reading, trying not to fall asleep. My daughter woke up during the night, just a horrible coughing fit. So as mom, I got up, I slathered her in Vicks, put in the humidifier, all of that. And then, as mom, I couldn't go right back to sleep. I had to I kept an ear out to make sure that she was getting some relief, even if it wasn't completely gone away. And today she has mostly laid around in her recliner, with the few exceptions of when she gets a little bit of energy, she does a chore so that she can get her computer time. Usually we have the rule of you have to have all your chores done before you get on the computer. With her not feeling well and knowing that she was going to want that easy comfort, I said, okay, well, normally on the weekend you get 4 hours. I'll give you 2. You can earn the other 2 after you do your chores. But if you aren't feeling like doing your chores, then you just have 2 hours. And so that kind of placated her. But even like when it was time to go feed horses, or it was getting close to time, she was done. And she's like, can we just call the instructor and bow out tonight? And so I messaged the instructor, and we had permission to bow out for tonight. I just felt bad because I know that kind of throws her family plans out of whack, but she's very understanding and knows that it's, part of owning horses. So I'm going to get back to You're So Dead and trying not to pass out. I might even go make a cup of coffee or something right now, even though it is 8 o'clock. But that's all I've got for now, so I will check in later. Hello everyone, it's about 11:50. I have finished You're So Dead. It was an interesting book. Would I read it again? Probably not. Would I recommend it to very many people? Probably not. It was enjoyable in the moment, kind of like a super sweet dessert. You enjoy it right then, but once you have a couple bites, you're good. I am moving on to before the coffee gets cold. This is a Japanese story. It's been translated into English. And the whole premise of this book is you can go back in time, but you have to be at a certain cafe. You get a special cup of tea from this cafe, and you can go back in time. But when your coffee gets cold, you return to the present. It has 4 stories. There's the lovers, husband and wife, the sisters, and the mother and child. So it's going to have 4 different little stories in here. Or 4 different people who visit the cafe. So I'm gonna wait about 10 more minutes before I go to bed. I'm kind of watching the Hurricane Hillary stuff. That's a hurricane on the west coast. I have 3 family members in 3 separate counties, kind of stacked on top of each other in Southern California, that are supposed to get hit by or supposed to deal with this storm, but they are hoping that it's going to just be a tropical storm, and not a hurricane anymore. Currently it's a Category 1, and it's about 530 miles southeast of San Diego. So it should be other than the massive amounts of rain and wind, it shouldn't be too bad. The hard part for California is so much of their land has been dealing with droughts, and so when all this rain dumps, everything's gonna have flash floods. So I've checked in with all my family tonight, and everyone is good. So I am going to just see how this updates at midnight our time, midnight Eastern, and then I'm gonna head to bed. I will check in tomorrow. And there we have it, guys. 4 books that I read during the 3rd week of the Magical Readathon. This leaves 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 titles left for me to finish the month the way that I wanted to, and complete all my goals. So I will see you guys next time.